Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson, and we are live at the Chili Bowl for STRR's IMCA style modified action. Real quick, before we get too far into tonight's broadcast, I just want to pop up the points for you guys. We are 4 races in. We got 4 races to go. Still atop our points is Ryan Howard. He has 144 points. Trevor Doyle is second with 137 points. Chris Cox is third with 130. Matt Tejon is fourth with 129. Jackson Johnstone is fifth with 122. James Murphy is sixth with 118, tied with his brother, Jared, who also has 118. Alan Smith is eighth with 113. AJ Hunsinger is 9th with 111, and our 10th place points person is Matt Smith with 105. You can see the rest on down through. Some of these drivers have not run every race, so that's why some of their point totals are a little lower. But as it stands, Ryan Howard and Trevor Doyle in a fierce battle in the final 4 races of this first season. All right, let's check out some of this on-track action here. See, this track's already starting to get slick, and I ran some practice in these cars just to get a feel for how they drove around here, and I liked running the bottom. You can run the top a little bit, but the bottom seems to be king to me. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm ready to see how well these guys handle this track. We've seen this already in League of Outlaws. They already came here. Let's see if there's any differences from that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, practice is wrapping up. 2 people tied at the top with a 12:05. That's Jared Murphy and Matt Tejon. So we're going to roll right into the heat race action. Remember, it's random draws for these heats, so all these drivers are hoping to get a good pill draw for their heat race. Go ahead here and check our grid out. Heat number 1. Looks like about 9 cars are going to take the grid here. And on the front row is going to be Austin Strang in the 13 and Matt Pridgeon in the 001. Row number 2 is going to be Ryan Howard in the 04 and Jackson Johnstone in the 21. Row 5 is going to be Matt Tejon in the 313 and James Murphy in the 65. Row number 4, Alan Smith in the 44, Brennan Price in the 22. And shotgun on the field is going to be Jared Murphy in the 1. All right. All right, we got 9 cars on the track for 8 laps in the heat. I know, listening to the admins in the drivers' meeting, they're going to start 16 cars in the feature a little later on tonight, so these guys are going to be vying to get a part of that. I think there's only maybe 2 guys that may not get to run the feature as Pace Truck is off. Green flag is in the air for Heat 1 here tonight at the Chili Bowl.
Oh, we got one onto the roof.
Big stack up and jumble here and through turn number 1 on the start. See if we...
That's bad luck for James Murphy. It looks like he's got right front damage.
Well, it looks like it goes all the way back to potentially even Ryan Howard here. We're going to get another quick look at this. I know the cautions are going to go pretty fast here. Contact with Howard and Johnstone there. Howard gets turned around, and Matt Tejon, I believe, is the worst one. He ends up on his lid there through 1 and 2. Real quick, we'll get back to the action. I don't want to take too long on the reviews because the caution laps do go quick here. Not sure what exactly is going on with my leaderboard here, but it's all jumbled up. It doesn't like what's going on in this first heat, unfortunately. Try to get that settled out here before too long for you guys. If you're out there watching, welcome along. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight. Pace truck's peeling off. Field in the hands of Austin Strang. Green flag back in the air. Strang out to the lead. Jared Murphy on the bottom looking for second over Matt Pridgeon. Down into turn 3, and his brother's trying to follow him through with a big bump right through.
Oh, I think we got one blown up on the track. I'm not sure where he is, but I think I heard someone pop an engine.
I think he's already peeled off. Big battle there. James Murphy's trying to almost use the berm to get around Matt Pridgeon. Battle settles out just a little bit. Don't look now. Here comes the Brennan Price charging.
Just.
Oh, and he goes around.
He tried to muscle him. Tried to muscle James, and he got too out of shape on the exit.
I'm sorry, folks. Again, for the leaderboard, it's all out of whack. I'm going to see if I can get that figured out for you. Tim, keep us updated on laps to go in this heat.
We're coming to the white flag right here.
White flag is in the air for Austin Strang. Jared Murphy behind him in second, Matt Pridgeon in third. James Murphy fourth, and Brennan Price, our last runner in the heat, is in fifth. Through 3 and 4, out of 4, Austin Strang takes the heat win over Jared Murphy and Matt Pridgeon. Your top 3 in heat number 1.
Just a couple takeaways. I noticed a couple guys running a fairly odd line compared to some of the rest of these guys. Just diving it in on the entry, letting it drift up, and cutting it right back down to the bottom on the exit.
Right on, for sure. I've noticed that too. Real quick here, the grid of heat number 2. If it's going to be our second last heat, it's going to be Jeremy Akins in the 57. To his outside is going to be Glenn Townsend in the 123. Row 2, Russell Duville in the 17. Dana Burdick in the 27. Row 3, Chris Cox in the 515 on the inside. Dawson Tone in the 24 on the outside. Row 4, Kyle Hubbard in the 02. Trey Paseka in the 77. And shotgun in the heat's going to be AJ Hunsinger. I'm going to try to fix this live timing here real quick before if we'll just bear with me here. Try to get this fixed. All right, here we go. That's much better for everybody. Just in time for the heat race to go green out of turn 4. Russell Duville on the gas and oh no!
Oh no!
Dana Burdick's part of that. I believe Trey Paseka's part of that as well, and Glenn Townsend was in the wall pretty much from the start. Unfortunately, it looks like. There, maybe we'll go back and take one more look at that, but I know that started with Glenn on the initial start of the heat here. Try to get a quick look at this. It just seemed like a kind of a slow start, like they didn't know if they wanted to go or not. By the time Russell Duville got into turn 1, Townsend was pushed all the way into the wall. He didn't have much choice but to go there, broke the right front on the car. Dana Burdick into the outside wall hard, and the 77 just had nowhere to go. Well, re-rack him here for another start in this heat. Pace truck lights are off. 1 to go signal in the heat. Do have a couple new fellas in here. Kyle Hubbard is new this week. Trey Paseka is new also. Russell Duville with a little bit more of a late start, and he gets turned. No. And up and over. And the caution flag is back out, and we saw that all live right here. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I think he's waiting to go, and then he gets the green, and he just let the car go up the track, and Cox was still there on the outside, and that's what turned him hard into the wall.
I think this started a little bit further back going into 3 and 4. I think he got the O2 underneath his rear end, and he was trying to take off, and by the time he got traction, it was really late into the start zone, and I think it kind of upset his car.
Yeah, those 2 restarts, or the 2 starts we had there, he seemed to wait long anyways. And it's kind of thrown the rhythm of everybody off here. Fields now in control with Chris Cox. He's on the gas. Green flag back in the air for the 3rd time in this second heat. And we're off and away. Battle on track. Hunsinger is already looking to the inside. That's the battle we have, 2 by 2. The 77, Trey Paseka's
way wide.
Way wide, trying to work the outside to get around the O2 of Kyle Hubbard. Keep an eye on that, on this battle. Still trying to get the outside to come in. Now Hunsinger's on the inside, looking to steal that position. Oh my, almost contact right there, but good heads-up driving by Hunsinger to not make contact with him. The 77 is going to slot in line in 4th. For the time being, Hunsinger's not going to quite give up. And he's there now. The 77 got into the outside wall. Slowed up his momentum. Hunsinger's entry to turn 3 a little bit messed up. White flag's already in the air. Chris Cox followed by Dawson Tone through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Chris Cox takes heat number 2. Dawson Tone 2nd. Kyle Hubbard 3rd. AJ Hunsinger 4th. Trey Paseka is 5th. And Dana Burdick was the last car running there in 6th. We are going to have a B main. It looks like. I believe.
Looks like a C main.
C main. All right, let's take a look at the grid here. Ryan Howard's going to start out front. Russell DeVille's going to be 2nd. Jackson Johnstone 3rd. Glenn Townsend in 4th. Matt Tejon 5th. And Jeremy Akins in 6th. I believe, Tim, these drivers are fighting for 2 spots?
1 spot. 1 spot.
1 spot.
Yep, and then the B main will take 12. So I think we're gonna have 13 racers in the B, or all of them, or I don't even know.
Yeah, it does say we are on a C main. Or no, yeah, that's what it says. Interesting. I had to double check that myself. Pace truck's off. Ryan Howard to the green. Russell DeVille following him in second. Oh, DeVille's got to be careful. Contact into turn 3. They gather it back in. Battles on for third. Glenn Townsend's looking to the outside of Jackson Johnstone, and Matt Tejon also on the bottom. So 3 cars battling for third. The outside just isn't quite there. Everybody seems to be making up good time on the inside. Tejon looking underneath Johnstone. Well, these guys are battling for one spot, so everything's settled out. Howard's kind of checking out from everybody else here. Now 8 laps to go. He just ran the quickest lap so far of this race at a 12:26. The next closest.
Oh, little stack up.
They gathered it back in, still bouncing off one another, still green. But Howard and Tejon are well out in front of these 3. As Jackson Johnstone almost with a big issue there, out of turn 2. Russell DeVille gathers it in, is in third. Tejon is second. Howard still leading this thing, 5 to go. All he's got to do is not make a mistake, and I think he's going to win the C main. Everybody's really spread out.
Howard's just got to be thinking in his head, just no yellows, no yellow, no yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Howard here, he does not want to see a yellow now. 2 laps to go. Take a quick peek at the lap times. That last lap, Matt Tejon was a little quicker. I don't think he's got enough time. White flags in the air. Out of turn 4, Ryan Howard taking the checkered flag in the win in the C main. Matt Tejon second. Russell DeVille third. Jackson Johnstone across the line for 4th there. Glenn Townsend's going to get credited with 5th, and Jeremy Akins didn't start. All right, this should be the B main, correct?
This is the B main.
Let's check out the grid here in the B main. Remember, Ryan Howard, who's back there in 9th, the shotgun starter, transferred from the B main. On the pole from the C main. On the pole for this B main, on the inside is going to be the 001 of Matt Pridgeon. Second's going to be Kyle Hubbard in the 02. Inside of row number 2 is James Murphy in the 65. On the outside is going to be A.J. Hunsinger. Row 3, Brennan Price in the 22. Trey Paseka in the 77. Row 4, Alan Smith in the 44. Dana Burdick to the outside in the 27. And like I said before, Ryan Howard shotgun on the field, the transferee from the C main. How many are we going to take from this one, Tim?
I'm thinking it's saying 12, but I believe that would be the rest of the field. Oh. So we will have a 13-car feature.
All right, Pridgeon taking the green flag through 1 and 2. Battle is on for second. Murphy and Hubbard battling. Hunsinger throwing his nose in there for second on the racetrack as well. Hunsinger's going to get by Hubbard on the inside, move him up to third. Hubbard slots back to 4th. Price contact with Hubbard into turn 3. Paseka looking to the inside on Price. These drivers are fighting to get every position they can. Oh, Burdick into the back end of Paseka and comes to a stop, and Alan Smith hits him. They gather it back in, but that is going to bring the caution out. Let's go back and take a look at that. That happened just at the back of this camera shot as we were looking at it. See, Burdick not here, but it would be into turn 3. You see, he just gets the run off of the top of turn 2 down the back, and he just entered carrying a lot more momentum in there than Paseka did. Comes to a stop, and Alan Smith hits him in the 44, and it looks like left front issues for Mr. Burdick. We're going to re-rack him here. Pace truck's off. Matt Bridgen back on the gas. Green flag is back in the air. James Murphy on the outside. Not going to give it to him. Gets the run off the top.
Wow, what a move into the wall. Still in the wall.
He's trying everything he can to get around Bridgen on the top side, and he's going to stick a nose on the inside into 3. He's got the preferred line. Bridgen's going to have to enter a little high again. James Murphy is there. Side by side. We'll see. It's going to be tough. If Bridgen could get enough of a run out of the corner to enter low, that's what he needs here. Still going to stick with the top side, but Murphy can't do anything down low. It's single file. Everybody else is on the bottom. With these first 3, real quick, scan back through the field. Everybody's minding their P's and Q's, it looks like, up to this point. We're going to go back up front. Bridgen just set the fastest lap in this B main with a 12:32.
Tell you what, even though he set that fastest lap, Murphy's holding on to him.
He's right there. He hasn't letting him get away. I mean, these lap times are oh so close. We're talking maybe a hundredth or two a lap. Maybe somebody's faster than the car in front or behind. So these lap times are very, very close. These drivers are running here tonight. Matt Bridgen a 12:23 that time, and Murphy a 12:26. So
Bridgen come to the flag. I think that was the flag. Are they going around more?
Yeah, I'm showing.
I'm sorry. It's 15 laps, not 12.
Yeah, I'm showing 2 to go this time. Bridgen, Murphy, Hunsinger, your top 3. Back to Price. Paseka. Paseka's looking to make a move here for 4th. White flags in the air for Matt Bridgen. He found something moving up just a little bit. Checkered flag is out. Bridgen's going to take the win in the B main. Murphy 2nd, Hunsinger's 3rd, Price 4th. Paseka's going to be 5th, Hubbard 6th, Howard 7th, and Alan Smith in 8th, and a stack up after the checkered flag. All right, we got a moment here to catch our breaths. That was some action-packed heats and consolation races. These drivers are coming out for a warm-up session. Real quick. Tim, who do you got your eye on? I mean, we've seen some drivers make some moves, move around a little bit. Who you got your eye on in this feature coming up?
You know, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on I'll take our B main winner, Matt Bridgen, starting in 5th. So he's about mid-pack. See if he can work his way up there.
Dana Burdick just topped the charts here in this warm-up session with an 1178. How about that? See if we can get on board here.
Who's going to be your one to watch?
I mean, I can't. James Murphy's looked really strong. I ran a practice race just a little short while before the session opened up here with STRR, and Paseka had a really nice line in that practice race and was really fast. So I've got my eye on those two drivers here in this feature. We ride along here with Dana Burdick. He takes us around the Chili Bowl in his IMCA modified. Your throttle control is the name of the game in these cars around this small bull ring racetrack. There's our B main winner, Matt Pridgeon. Both the Murphy brothers are sitting third and fourth on the time chart in this warm-up. Ryan Howard just moved up to fifth. Trey Paseka is sixth. It's so hard. It is so hard to pass in these cars. I mean, you got the longer car, and this track is not very wide. So when you make a pass, I mean, you make the pass because it's very hard to do it without even making a slight bit of contact. I'll tell you, in the couple practice races I've done, Tim, I've had a lot of fun wheeling these cars around. They are a lot of fun. You know, if you're watching here maybe for the first time tonight and you're interested in running these cars with these special IMCA style setups, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd give it a try because it is a lot of fun. And there's a couple different leagues you can be a part of to run this style of racing. They all put on good shows. Yeah, we got some people rooting on in the chat. I just now seeing Austin Strang. He's happy about the heat race earlier. That's always good to see, and Trevor Doyle wishes he could be out here tonight. He's currently on a work trip, so definitely missing Trevor out here tonight. Hopefully be back with STRR next Tuesday night. For sure we'll see him with the League of Outlaws on Sunday night coming up. So just having a ton of fun here broadcasting. Getting back into it. It's been really fun broadcasting the dirt races for STRR and League of Outlaws. As our warm-up session here is wrapping up, we're going to get to look at the starting grid for our 40-lap event here tonight. Our starting lineup is as so. On the pole, Austin Strang in the number 13 machine. To his outside is going to be Chris Cox in the 515. Row number 2, Jared Murphy on the inside. Dawson Tone on the outside. Row number 3 is going to be Matt Pridgeon and James Murphy. Row 4, AJ Hunsinger and Brennan Price. Row 5, Trey Paseka and Kyle Hubbard. Row 6, Ryan Howard, Alan Smith. I believe we got one more starter. It's going to be Dana Burdick in the 27. So they took a little bit less than what I was originally thinking for tonight's feature event. Got 40 laps here. These drivers, time to settle in. The pace truck's already peeling off and in the hands of Austin Strang. On the gas, green flag is out, side by side, into turn number 1. Here we go for 40. Chris Cox, looks like the outside's going to prevail for him. Couple cars into the outside wall. I think everything still going all right. Chris Cox to the lead. Strang is going to settle in second. Jared Murphy is going to be in third. Dawson Tones trying to work the outside. Matt Pridgeon is looking to the inside. Oh, into the wall hard there for Dawson. Gathers it back in and is still going. James Murphy on the very low side of the racetrack trying to find a way around both Pridgeon and Tone. This track is tire. These guys are going to be trying to watch tire wear here too. Tires are going to play an important role as this race stretches on and we get closer to that 30 and 40 lap marker. Cox on the outside. Strang is right up to him now, back on the inside. Let's see if the inside line will prevail for Austin Strang. Maybe just a little bit of contact there into turn 1. Oh, be careful.
That little mishap is going to open up the door for Dawson Tone to attack on Jared Murphy.
Absolutely. That was just so close getting into 3, and it definitely, I mean, you take the first 7, 8, 9 cars and they're all running in a line, nose to tail. There's no room for error between any of these fellas.
We've seen that high side come into play late in that B main. Let's see who's going to be the first one to move up there to see if they can find some speed out of it.
I know.
I say that, and it looks like Dawson Tone.
Oh, be careful! Right in front of them, contact Murphy and Strang. And again.
He's gonna muscle Jared Murphy.
Pridgeon is up over the berm, and Murphy goes around. That's going to stack him up big into turn 1.
Everyone, parking lot, turn 1.
My goodness. Oh, and I don't think some of these drivers are too happy about that. But my, oh my. Let's go back and take a quick look at this. I mean, that started really in 3 and 4 when Strang and Murphy made some contact. You see Pridgeon there at the back end, just a couple positions behind. He got up over the berm. Murphy and Strang makes contact on the front, and that sends Murphy all the way around. Dawson Tone, first car to pack in, and then everybody else is just trying to enter into turn 1, and it just stacks up the rest of the field pretty much. There, nobody had anywhere to go. Wow. Parking lot at the Chili Bowl. Pace truck's already back off. Chris Cox back on the gas. Green flag's back in the air. Oh, look out, the 45. I don't think.
Oh.
Paseka into the outside wall. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened, because I think that happened behind the camera feed. Yeah,
almost had a couple flip.
Yeah, just The white 45 machine stacked them all up there exiting 2. It looks like. And his number's not correct in the timing and scoring. It's different on the cars. So that's Brennan Price. And the iRacing's 22, but the car's 45 on the racetrack. Let's see if we can get another string of green flag laps. Brennan just looked like he was trying to make all he could up there on that restart.
Yeah, he started in 3rd, and I think he got beat on the restart. Got caught napping, and he tried to reel in back to that inside line, and by the time he got to the corner, he had just overcommitted, I think.
Green flag is back in the air. Chris Cox gets a great start. And the battle is on for second between Austin Strang and Ryan Howard, our points leader.
Oh, big contact. Jared Murphy in the 0-2 of Kyle Hubbard.
And the 0-2 has big left front damage. He's going to take that car down the pit lane. Let's go back and take a look at this. There's Murphy in the 1, Hubbard in the 0-2. Side by side through 1 and 2. All is fine there. Out of turn 2, Hubbard got in the outside wall and Murphy got into him as he bounced off of it. And that's what brought the yellow flag out, and Hubbard got the worst of it, ends up with a broken left front. Pace lights are back off. We're going to go green flag this next time around. Green flag back in the air. Cox with a good jump again. And the battle is on for 3rd on back as it's double wide the rest of the way through the field.
3 wide. 3
Now,
wide.
And 3 wide. I didn't even know if that was really possible because there's not a lot of room as it is. Oh my! Trey Paseka bounced off the outside wall. The green flag's still in the air. He's got to gather it back in and keep charging. I don't know. I feel like that machine's going to have damage on the right rear. He hit the outside wall hard.
There was also another one that hit in the same exact spot, the same way. I'm not sure who it was.
Caution flag is.
Matt Pridgeon came in, did the same thing that Paseka did.
Let's take a look at that here. We're going to focus on that one machine of Matt Pridgeon. Works out of turn number 4. Yeah, he did hit same exact way as the 77. He gathered it back in, got the car turned around. But both the 77 and the 1 machines did make contact with the right rear.
Surprised there's not much damage to the Matt Pridgeon machine, but he took it into the pits.
Thank you, Trevor Doyle, for the kind words. We certainly appreciate you guys for putting on the shows for us to broadcast. It's a big shout out to Trevor there. Should get the 1 to green, I would think, right here. We do. I'm going to go 2 by 2. Did they add a lap of pacing, or are we going to go single file? They did add a lap of pacing. I think that's, is that Dawson
That's
Tone that
Dawson
went around the
Tone,
pace
yes.
truck there? So getting a lap back.
Yes, it is.
Chris Cox is just wanting to see some green flag racing and see if he can stretch that gap back on the gas. And just deja vu, the battle is on for second on back. Howard looked to the inside of Strang through 1 and 2. Now he's getting a battle from the 65 of Murphy on the outside, and he is coming hard on the outside.
Yeah, what a move. He sends it into 3 and 4, and he's going to power around for second.
Murphy has got the...
Go ahead.
Murphy's got the car hooked up on the outside right now. We'll see if he can get up there and challenge Cox.
Cox moved up a lane to take away that lane that Murphy found speed in just now.
Oh, Alan Smith is around in the back. That's going to stack him up in 3 and 4 and bring the yellow out. Just saw that at the top of the camera shot. Happened around maybe the 6th or maybe the 8th position on track. Should be able to go back and take a look at this here. Yeah, just entered into turn 3. Got a little help from the 27 of Dana Burdick and spun him around. And Jared Murphy a little damage from that. Pridgeon a little damage from that. So pace lights are off. I think Cox, is he going to take the outside here on this restart? It looks like it.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. That outside looks like it's prevailing right about now. And I say that, and we're going to have another yellow, so it looks like it'll be another attempt.
Yellow is out. Let's go back and take a look at this. Maybe in the area of Alan Smith again. See, here's the green flag on the restart.
It's Brennan Price is upside down.
Yep, he clipped that outside wall and spun the car around. Hubbard got underneath of him, and I think ends up flips him all the way over. There. Yeah, he ended up all the way over, unfortunately. So he's going to have to get a tow. You can see him sitting in the pit lane there. But James Murphy is now in the lead. And did Chris Cox pit potentially there? Because he's not up front anymore. I'm not sure exactly what's going on for this restart, but it jumbled them all up. Battle's on between Howard and Strang for second. Strang's going to get it out of turn 2, running the outside. Howard's going to settle back into third.
Oh, he blinked out, it looks like.
Oh,
Packet lost.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. A great run Chris Cox had going so far. Pasakin to 77. There's some contact back here around the 6th, 7th, 8th place positions. They settle it out. Everybody's going straight. Check back up front. Murphy is trying to set sail. Opened up an 0.8 of a second gap back to Austin Strang and Ryan Howard. And A.J. Hunsinger. 3 cars battling for second here. Coming to 12 laps to go in this feature.
I tell you guys, this track is slick. It is slick. And these guys are struggling for grip. They don't know where to run.
Strings trying not to let Murphy get out too far, but Murphy's stretching his legs just a little bit. I know a second doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough here at this small of a racetrack. Howard right there in third. Hunsinger's fourth. Trey Paseka's in fifth, trying to hunt down Hunsinger for fourth. Dawson Tone is running sixth. Matt Pridgeon in seventh. Jared Murphy's eighth. Kyle Hubbard's ninth. Dana Burdick in 10th. Alan Smith is in 11th. And the other two fellas are out of this race. Back up front with James Murphy. Has opened up a nice lead. Now 7 laps remaining. Strang is holding tough in second. Howard and Hunsinger are still trying to fight this out for third. Paseka's trying to throw his hat in the mix. See that 77 machine running up top. Kind of a slider line going there. It's very interesting that 77's got going on. He's trying to get to him. Already 4 laps to go. Jared Murphy, real quick, we pop back up to him. He has opened up a 1.5-second gap. Sitting comfortable. He just does not want to see the yellow flag come out here in the closing few. Two laps to go. White flag is in the air for James Murphy. All he's got to do is get back around here to the checkered flag. For the third time this season, James Murphy wins with STRR at the Chili Bowl. Austin Strang's going to bring it home in second. An awesome run for him tonight. And our points leader, Ryan Howard's going to bring it home in third. What a night here tonight at the Chili Bowl. All right, Tim, what do you think? James Murphy, I think that's 3 in a row with STRR.
Yeah, he's on fire. So he's certainly picking them up and throwing them down.
Absolutely. Real quick, before we get interviews with our top 3, we're going to go through the official results with you guys. James Murphy, like we said, is taking the win for the third time this season with STRR. Austin Strang is going to bring it home in second. Ryan Howard's going to be third. AJ Hunsinger in fourth. A good run, good solid run for him this week. Trey Paseka is going to bring it home in fifth. Dawson Tone sixth. Matt Pridgeon seventh. Jared Murphy eighth. Kyle Hubbard ninth. Dana Burdick 10th. Alan Smith 11th. Chris Cox is going to get credited with 12th after the disconnect. And Brennan Price 13th. All right, let's bring in Mr. Ryan Howard. Ryan, Tim and Tyler up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All righty, man. How about that third place finish? Another good run, keeping you up front, I believe, in the points battle. How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good. I was worried after the heat race I wasn't going to make it towards the front.
Right. I know it's, Tim and I were talking during the broadcast, this track being so small and it's not very wide, it's very hard to make passes in these IMCA modifieds here.
No, it was tough. You definitely couldn't do it on the bottom.
Yeah, it looked like the bottom was definitely the the King line. I mean, we saw at least the 65 was able to make the top work to get to the lead, so it was interesting to see if anybody else was going to be willing to move up to the top.
Felt like on the restarts, starting up top was better. I was able to do that, but starting on the bottom, I just couldn't go with it.
For sure. Tim, do you have anything to ask Ryan?
Is there anyone you'd like to thank? Not thank.
Just everybody for putting this show on.
All righty, Ryan. Well, we'll let you go celebrate that third place finish.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was our third place finisher tonight, Mr. Ryan Howard. Second place finisher tonight. First time we're going to get to interview Austin Strang in the booth. Let's get a word with him. Austin, this is Tim and Tyler up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I've got a copy, guys.
All righty, man. How about that? A heat race win, starting up front, and the feature staying up front. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good considering I haven't run all season. I've been up in the admin tower most of the time, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Why not?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun watching you guys wheel these things around the Chili Bowl here tonight. It looks like the bottom's where you wanted to be and is where you stayed. And it looked like it made... Go ahead.
No, sorry about that. Go for it.
It just looked like it made it tough for anybody to make passes.
Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of one-lined, which kind of disappointed me. I know we tried to farm the track a little bit, hoping guys would kind of expand the track more and kind of develop a little bit more of a racing line because it was getting really slick going into the C and the B main. But yeah, it definitely seemed like you could kind of keep it glued to the bottom, and it was really difficult to pass. It seemed at the end there, I just had absolutely nothing for Murphy.
Yeah, I know. We saw him move up to the top and get the runs up there, and we were just amazed because nobody was able to do that. But anybody you'd like to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank, first of all, STRR and all of our admins. These guys are super awesome, and I appreciate the hell out of all of them. They're always helping me out and making sure I get everything done and doing a lot more work behind the scenes than anyone really imagines. Blaker Brewing, Rogue Energy, Admin Box, and iRacing iFlag, all for sure. Those guys are all awesome. They all support my racing program and, help me keep getting better and better and get more seat time. Moza Motorsports and Next Level Racing as well.
Real quick, before I let you go, Tim's with me in the booth. Tim, you got anything to ask Austin?
Yeah, coming down to the last roughly 10 laps, you have Ryan Howard breathing down your neck. Was the pressure getting to you at all?
To be honest, I've stopped running my rearview mirror, especially in small tracks like this, so I really didn't know until I'd hear him barely kind of poking in the corner if I'd miss a turn, but other than that, I honestly had no idea he was there.
All righty, Austin. Thanks for getting a couple words in here with us. Go celebrate that second place finish.
All right, thank you guys very much. Hope you guys have a great race tonight.
You too. That was our second place finisher, Mr. Austin Strang. And without further ado, we're going to get to talk to Mr. James Murphy. Hey, James, it's Tim and Tyler up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. It seems about like deja vu here. 3 in a row at STRR. How are you feeling?
I wasn't feeling too good at the beginning of that race, but we was able to come back through the field and got it done.
Absolutely. And may I say, making the pass for the lead on the outside.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't pass him on the bottom. I had to try something.
Absolutely. It was interesting to see. It looked like you were about the only one that was able to make any moves on the outside here tonight.
Yeah, I got in the second right there, and I seen Chris moved up, so I went back to the bottom. I hate for it. He lagged out, and still was a good race to the end right there, but I'll take it.
Absolutely, man. Tim, you have anything to ask James?
Man, rough night for you, and especially in the beginning. I believe you had some damage, big damage, a couple of times. What was going through your head, and how difficult was it to make your way through the field?
Yeah, I got caught in a wreck in the heat race right there, and I kind of lost. I kind of got frustrated a little bit, and I just had to calm down. I got in the wreck early in that race too, and I just stayed calm and worked my way slowly back up through the field.
Anybody you need to thank here tonight, James?
I like to thank y'all for broadcasting it and STR for hosting it, and the League of Outlaws and Talking Dirt.
All right, man. We'll let you go celebrate that win.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
And that was our race winner, Mr. James Murphy. All right. What a night here at the Chili Bowl. And what an awesome win for James Murphy. Now 3 in a row here in STRR. At this point, I mean, we got to ask, Tim, do you think anybody is going to be able to break this streak that James is on?
Well, I think you got to look close to who's around him, and who he's battling closely in these races. His teammates, are they going to knock him off his momentum train that he's built? It's going to be tough, but we're going to have to see.
Absolutely. Well, upcoming schedule for the Buckeye Racing Network on Sunday night, we got League of Outlaws, IMCA Modifieds. They're going to be running at Weedsport. If you want to join us for that race, we're going to get going about 8:55, 9 o'clock Sunday night. And, of course, next Tuesday we'll be back with STRR. They're going to be running at, let me make sure I get this right.
Cedar Lake.
Cedar Lake. Thank you, Tim. Cedar Lake next Tuesday night with STRR at about 8:55 or 9 o'clock Tuesday evening. For all of you out there watching, we appreciate it. And for Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. So long.